Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to cut a winter squash, and today I have a butternut squash. So a lot of times people get a little worried about cutting these things because they're really hard, and so you don't want to cut anything off but the squash, and so we have to be real careful with our hands. So I wanted to explain to you just a few safety rules when you're cutting something that rolls around and is also extremely hard. So first thing you want to do, I'm going to show you this over and over probably whenever I do a knife technique skill, but it's always good. Repetition is good. So what you want to do is first hold your knife properly, and I use a pinch grip, so I'm going to put my thumb on one side and then my index finger on the other toward the heel of the knife. This is where the heel is, and then we'll wrap my fingers around the handle. So that'll give me a good grip to get started. And then to cut into one of these guys, you don't want to use another grip that I often teach is a claw, but you don't want to use that one because it's still a little wobbly, so you need to get a better grip on the butternut squash. So what I recommend is grabbing the back of it so that you have a good grip, bringing your fingers away from the blade, because that's the part that cuts, and then simply just kind of hold on to it here, hang on, and then do one smooth cut. And that, you got to put a little muscle in it, and then once you have it, there you are. Okay, now we're going to turn this around and do the other side. So again, you grab onto the back end, and then you make one smooth cut. And now this is a wide, so actually I'm really glad I'm showing you this one because it's kind of a hefty looking butternut squash. So you see how I just stopped and started? I'm going to continue sawing down. Just like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do is make another cut again. So I'm just still have it on its side. I'm not going to turn it up this way because if I were to try and cut this straight down, which I've seen a lot of students do, I mean, look at it, it's super wobbly. So we want to still have a firm surface, and this is really the safest one. So I think I'll go, let's go this way. So let's get these guys out of the way. And then again, we're bringing our hands out of the way here, and straight down, okay? All right, now I'm going to peel my butternut squash because what I'm going to do is cut it down into a kind of a large dice. And these are not machine dices. It'll be a little rustic, so it's not going to be absolutely, perfect cubes. But I want to get a nice shape so that I could roast it later, maybe toss it in a salad or fold it into some lentils. I can do pretty much anything I want. So we'll take a nice good quality peeler. I like these kind of shorter peelers. These are really easy to work with. And then just simply peel your butternut squash. So I'm just holding it towards you so you can see what I'm doing. And also keep in mind that you don't really have to peel these things. I'm just showing you how to peel them. And a lot of times when I'm making a curry or something like that, the peel is actually quite thin. You don't need to peel it. But a lot of people, maybe they don't want the extra fiber, or the look of it, it looks a little brighter, it looks a little more orange when you bake it and you don't have the peel. So, and you want your food to be pretty too. So I'm just gonna keep peeling around and then turn it around the other way. Give it a good peel. And then we're getting ready now to show our dice. So I think at this point when we show the dice, I'll bring the camera in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. All right? So what we do first, as you can see, I have my, actually, I'm going to turn it this way so that we have a flat surface, because this is an important part. You notice it's shorter, so it's easier to work with. So we're just going to put our knife here, and now I'm going to put my hand on the spine of the knife and cut straight down just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to cut across, and when I cut across, I'm going to make these half moons. So I figure if I want my dice to be, about a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to do about a 1/2 inch cut here, and that'll pretty much get me halfway to my cube. Okay, and now we have half moons. Then from there, And don't get crazy, don't stack these things. You know, they get wobbly and you'll get through it. So it's not important to be super fast. It's better to be safe. So I didn't really talk about this other hand. Curl it, okay? So just come into a claw shape, cut straight down. Then come across, and I have my cubes. So I'm putting them right here on my board. I'll take some pictures of those guys. And across just like that. And then these are going to have a rounded back end because that's the shape of this particular vegetable. And so now we have our cubes. I'm going to do the rest of these and then we'll have a bunch of cubed butternut squash. But before I stop here, sometimes we just don't even want to bother, especially when we're making soup. So what I would suggest is just simply poking holes in your butternut squash, and you can just do that with the tines of a fork. Don't do it with the tip of your knife because that's just super dangerous. Don't do that. Just use the tines of a fork or use a skewer or something like that. Poke a few holes and then just put it on a parchment lined baking sheet. And we want parchment lined because most good baking sheets are aluminum, and that's great conductor of heat, but not a good surface to cook on. So you put the parchment lining on there so that protects your food. Put it right on there, throw it in the oven at about 350, 375, 375 if you want to cook it quicker. And then it'll be so soft that you can cut straight down through the middle, scoop out the seeds, and then you're pretty much almost done making soup because you just need some good broth, little onions, and some other things. And I will show you how to make a great butternut squash in another video. So we'll see you soon. So if you want to see more videos from us, click on the button and it's somewhere around either down this way or that way.
Yeah, there's always more, so join us.
Subscribe. We'll see you soon.